Hey, horror fans, once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. It's time to review the latest Possession Exorcist horror film. Finally got a chance to watch it last night. It is time to review the movie Pray for the Devil. Yes. Now, Pray for the Devil is a 2022 American supernatural horror film that was directed by Daniel Stamm and written by Robert Zapaya. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Now, the film stars Jacqueline Byers, Posey Taylor, Colin Salmon, Virginia Manson, Christian Navarro, and Ben Cross. Now, in this film, a nun prepares to perform an exorcism and comes face to face with a demonic force with mystery ties to her past. Ooh. When it comes to supernatural horror films, most horror fans always seem to enjoy the ones involving possession and the exorcism to remove the pesky demon. Ever since The Exorcist was released back in 1973, we've seen our share of good and bad horror films in this subgenre. Now, whether it's the 2005 The Exorcist of Emily Rose or the 2013 film The Conjuring for the good ones, and with 2013 The Exorcism Part 2 and 2016's Incarnate for the bad ones. So it's either or. You can either have the good ones or the bad ones, but they still continue to pump out films like this. Now, I believe most horror fans love seeing the actual battle between good and evil playing out on the screen. I mean, we actually are seeing priests on the side of good battling a person that's possessed by a demon. Some people think it's a devil, but it's mainly demons battling for the soul of the afflicted. And I believe lots of people are actually seeing that battle between good and evil. It's almost just like seeing Halloween for the first time when you were seeing Laurie Strode battling Michael Myers. Again, that battle between good and evil. I think this is the actual battle that people love seeing in films like this. Now, German filmmaker Daniel Stamm, who directed the 2013 film The Last Exorcism, brings us his latest entry into the subgenre called Pray for the Devil. Prey, not Pray. Now, in this film, in response to the rise of demonic possession going around the world, the Catholic Church has reopened exorcism schools to train priests in the rite of exorcism because we need more people to perform exorcism. Now, although nuns are forbidden to perform exorcism, head teacher Father Quinn has allowed Sister Anne to attend these classes as an observer. You can come in, you can observe. Now, this is mainly due to Sister Anne's ability to bond with the possessed victims and also her own past involving her mentally unstable mother. As the film begins, we actually believe that it's possible that her mother might have been possessed in the film, and we get other certain flashbacks seeing how her mother could have been possessed. They don't actually admit it that she was, but there's a possibility that she was possessed. Now, after bonding with a young possessed girl named Natalie, Sister Anne starts to experience frightening visions and memories where she'll have to find the courage and faith to save Natalie's soul and finally confront her past. That's basically what the film is about. Now, I really like what Daniel Stamm has done here. It's just like what he did in his 2010 film, The Last Exorcism. Now, that film was a found footage film, but unlike some of the other possession movies, as he did in this film and as he does in that film, he seems to focus more on the character development or the story as opposed to the typical tropes that we see in films like this. Another thing that Stamm does is, like I said before, he is just like in The Last Exorcist. In this film here, he relies more on character development than jump scares. There are a couple of good jump scares in the film, and this is the same thing with The Last Exorcism. There's not that many jump scares in that film, but it's more relying on the characters as opposed to the horror scenes that we see mostly in films like this. Now, you have to give credit to the script that Robert Zapaya has created here because it's well detailed and character-driven story. Like I said, and that's where I really like the film about what Daniel, how he directed it, and how Robert wrote the film. It's very well put together. See, we spend more time learning about Sister Anne and some of her backstory. As I said before, we get some flashbacks about her about her past, what's going on with her mother when she was little. It allows the audience to care what's happening to her, and hopefully she succeeds in saving Natalie's soul. That's what I truly like about the film. I mean, don't get me wrong, we still get the usual scenes that we've seen before in this subgenre, such as the demonic voices, the possessed crawling up the walls and doing that weird walking and the body twisting and all of the stuff. And we do get a nice couple of jump scares, but the film doesn't rely on that. It relies mostly on character development and the story. Canadian actress Jacqueline Byers is very good as Sister Anne, a woman who is still struggling to confront her past, but is very committed with her faith and saving those who are possessed. She has a nice bond with Natalie. Now, she has great chemistry with her other actors, especially with Christian Navarro, who plays Father Dante, who was the only priest in the classes she attends that believed in her ability. She had some minor conflicts with the other priests because of the Catholics, a thousand year thing about not letting nuns participate in exorcism because they believe it's only done by men. But he was the only one that actually believed in her abilities. Of course, veteran British actor Colin Salmon, who's more known in the James Bond films, he's great as Father Quinn. With that booming British accent voice that he has. He's a priest who, despite, like I said before, the thousand-year rule that the Catholic has regarding nuns, he believes in Sister Anne and becomes a mentor to her because he believes she has what it takes to be a great exorcist. We also have Virginia Manson. She has a nice little small role as a psychiatrist as Sister Anne seeing, and it was also nice seeing veteran actor Ben Cross in his final role before he passed away, playing Cardinal Matthews. And of course, despite the small role that he's in, still commands the screen every time he's in those scenes. You can just see how well of a great up actor he is, even though the bits are very small. His screen presence is just right there. It's like, wow, I just love Ben Cross in those scenes. If there's one thing I really have to pick about this film is when it's revealed the connection that Sister Anne has with Natalie. It's nothing really earth-shattering. It's nothing really shocking, and it's something quite predictable. I'm pretty sure lots of people will probably predict what that connection is based upon some of the things that happen throughout the film. I won't reveal what it is, but I'm pretty sure you can guess what it is. And well, there's really nothing new that Daniel and the filmmakers have added on here. It's something that we've seen before, but I actually did enjoy the film. It's an above average possession exorcist film, has some nice acting, a good couple of jump scares, and some nice combination of practical and CGI effects. It's not CGI latent like say The Nun was, or some of the other films that we've seen. It's just latent with CGI. It looks terrible right here. We do have some nice, good practical effects in here, and like I said, nice decent acting. I actually did enjoy watching the film. So I'm going to give Pray to the Devil 2.5 out of my 5 bloody gold coins. Yes, almost good. Like I said, above average. Definitely way better than some of the other possession films that I've seen so far. And like I said, great acting, some nice practical effects, combination of CGI. I really did like this film, and I believe you guys might like it too. So there you have it, guys. That's my video for today. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share because it really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. That way we notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember that horror rules. And I see you in my next video. I'm out.